Hi, I am Tanya Whittle of Tanya Whittle Inc. I am an author of my first book, Unchained, which came out in 2020. I am a soul coach and guide that helps women reclaim the brilliance of life. So what does this really mean? I help women who are seekers, who are looking for more passion, more meaning. A lot of women who come to me for support, for help. I host women's retreats, empowerment events, all kinds of fun little things. And I talk a lot about what it really means to be in your power, sort of not the rah, false empowerment, but true standing your ground, standing in your power, what it feels like to be fully present in your life. Now, I've really started a lot of this work based on 4 principles or 4 pillars that I believe we all need to focus on in order to create a life of greatness, or an extraordinary quality of life, which so many people that I know, myself included, are always out here trying to make or create for ourselves, is that we want more. And much of the world has asked us to apologize for wanting that more, as if we need to be settling or need to be grateful for what we have. And we are, right? I'm very grateful for what I have and the life that I have and the success that I've created. But I also want more meaning, more purpose, more passion, more vibrancy. If I can create something even greater and better, then I want to be able to climb into that. And that's what I really help women do, is to really step into their fullest power and possibility and potential. These dreams that are inside of us, this sort of knowing that you're here for more. And most of us have learned to just get by. We've learned to exist. We've learned to, operate from a fear-based society, from a fear-based, feeling, conditioning society that tells us that, be happy with this or accept this, or, whatever it is in your life. For me, writing a book became, my fight song. As I went to university, had, all intents and purposes to do an English degree. And then, my end of my second year of university was basically told by the career counselor that writing was not a career unless I wanted to be, a researcher or a teacher, something like this, if I wanted to get an English degree. So of course I ended up listening to that person, changed my degree to sociology and criminology, and then proceeded out into the world where, I was kind of tiptoeing around, flopping around a little bit, trying to find my place and trying to find my way. And I guess, as Ernest Hemingway says, is that in order to write about life, you first must have lived it. So I do believe that none of these were mistakes. Ultimately, they were a part of my path. But in that, I was able to really start to reclaim what I really wanted to do and be able to create a life that so many people told me that I couldn't have. And this is what I'm here to help other women realize, is those feelings, those knowings, that stuff that's inside of you. We are not just here to exist and just get through our days. We're here to live fully and passionately. Most of us, all of us, have come here for a reason, a purpose, something bigger, and we feel that inside of ourselves. That's what I'm here to help people with, who are searching for more. Not for people who aren't, but for people who really have that deep and inner knowing. And I believe we deal with this in 4 different areas, which is mind, body, heart, and soul. Our body is the vehicle in which we live our lives. This is where we get to experience something. I remember when I decided to get in shape, when I decided that my fitness and my health was going to be important, it was not because I was desperate about how I looked. I mean, that was important. I wanted to look good, right? I always say, if you're going to do it, you might as well look good doing it. So I really wanted to look good too, but I wanted to be able to climb a mountain if I wanted to. I wanted to be able to go anywhere and do anything and not have my life limited because my health was poor. So that was something that really drove me. My mindset became critically important when I owned a business, and I allowed, as they say, boats don't sink because of the water that's outside of them. It sinks because of the water that gets inside of them. And I was really cared too much about what people thought. I was manipulated too easily by people. I was bullied by people, and my mindset, and I got lost as a person because of that. And so my mindset became something critically important. And then emotions, I experienced early childhood trauma, which I'll talk to you about, and I did write about in my book, Unchained. But through this, I learned to absolutely shut down and not experience or express my feelings or my emotions. And as they say, the body keeps score, right? So all of this stuff was impacted, in my body on a cellular level. My body remembered it, those emotions. And so I learned to handle my emotions, to deal with them, what it really means to truly let go of that emotional baggage. And then our soul, I believe that the heart and emotions are the access point to the soul, because there's just a freedom. There's a space that when we're clear, that we can actually access our highest self and hear messages and know things and tap into our intuition and be able to truly follow our path because we're no longer guided and driven by fear. So I'm starting this channel because there's so much that I want to share, and I want to be able to share it in an organized video format with you. I want to be able to offer tutorials, journeys, meditations, talks, empowerment, and I hope that you'll join me for the ride. So you can click subscribe below. You can also head over to my website at tanyawhittle.com and check out, what I'm all about. We just relaunched the new brand, the new colors, the new logo, the new website was all came out this week. So I am very excited to send you over there. I have a newsletter that's called Sage Living, and you can find that. You can sign up for that on the website as well, which is a weekly newsletter which talks about, a little tidbit. You might get a video, you might get a meditation, you might get a journal prompt, something like that, which is going to invite you to look at how you're living your life, or give you a little tip or a tool that's going to help you step up. And that's what I want this page to be. I want it to be an engagement of videos where you can learn something about what it really means to step into your own greatness, to be inspired in your own life, to show up in the fullest possibility, in your fullest power, and to truly be able to embrace and live your life. The world is a really difficult place, in 2022. I mean, we're coming, I guess most of us are coming on the other side of COVID. Many of us, my town and my province included, still have lockdowns and certain restrictions and all kinds of things, but we're looking at having most of that ease coming up, and now we're watching crisis unfold all around the world, it seems like constantly. So the world is a really challenging place, and my belief, of course, my greatest belief is that it's less about what happens to us and more about what we do about it. Is that there's so much in this world that we cannot control, but what we can control is our mind, our emotions, our body, and, really step into our own soul's power so that we can be here and be unstoppable in life, no matter what is happening outside of us, that we can be people who can be here for other people who really need that leadership and that power. And I know that that's what you're seeking, because you wouldn't be here watching this video if you weren't a seeker of someone who has a passion and a drive inside of her that is looking to really step in and embrace your power and live an extraordinary quality of life. That's what I want this channel to be about. So I'd like you to take a minute, subscribe. I'd also love it if you would take a minute, maybe share this with a couple of people that you know, because there's, growing is amazing, but growing with people that we know and growing together is even more amazing, when we have incredible communities that we can share together. So I'm looking forward. Let me know. I would love to see, something from you in the comments. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're subscribed. Let me know any questions or comments that you have for me. I'm going to be sharing a lot of videos here in the coming days, weeks, and months, and offering lots of challenges and lots of things that you can actionable items that you can put into play immediately so that you can begin to watch your own life transform in front of your eyes. So thanks for being here, and I can't wait for us to get to know each other a little bit more.